No doubt some of you may think I'm always talking about me. Well, in some sense, I am talking about me. Capital M, me. I talk about capital M, me, far more than I talk about small m, me. Small m, me is created, is known by the self-contraction. If there's no self-contraction, there's no small m, me. Adidar claimed to be the only seventh stage realizer. Well, that's neither here nor there to some extent. He was the living incarnation of Big M, me, apparently. I'm not saying whether I believe him or don't believe him. I'm not saying whether I know that he was or don't know that he was. So I'm using the word apparently. Apparently, there's still water coming through my tap. That's based on the knowledge that I turned the tap on about a couple of hours ago. But we've all done this. We've all turned to something and it's not working, although it was working a while ago. The batteries run out, or there's been an electric power cut, or someone's switched the switch off on the plug. So you've got an appliance, you turn the appliance on and it doesn't work because someone's put the switch up on the wall. It happened the other day in yoga. The yoga teacher wanted the lamp on. So she goes to the switch on the lamp and it doesn't light up. So she's activated that switch. She goes to the plug end of the appliance, the lamp, and she notices that the switch on the wall is up, is off. So she switches the switch down on the wall, expecting that I could see that she was expecting the light to go on, but she'd forgotten that she turned it off. So she had to go back to the lamp and switch the lamp on. So we all have occasions like that. So we've got in our mind, or we have this apparently, we don't think apparently, we don't say the word apparently, but we expect, there's this expectation that the light will go on when we switch it on the light. But because it didn't go on, we have to go to the wall. So some lights have more than two switches. Some lights only have the one switch, and some lights have more than one switch. Well, so apparently, Adidar was the incarnation of the capital M, me. There was no small m, me, living his body-mind, or his body-mind, as Franklin Jones, as he said, was a fictitious character. He transcended that, he realized the bright, and he lived as the bright, apparently, for the rest of his adult life. He did not contract. This is what I understand. Whereas I continue to contract, but I'm also blessed to have periods when I'm not contracting, like right now. This is easy, words are flowing from me, I feel happy, absolutely happy, ecstatically happy. I don't feel there's any contraction. I'm not doing the contraction. I'm not doing what might be called the original sin. I was listening to that this morning. Original sin. The self-contraction. They ate of the tree of knowledge and then they contracted over it. So what was I talking about? So you might think I'm talking about small m me a lot. No, it's this big m me is that which lives us all without the self-contraction. It's egoless. Yesterday someone was saying about ego, and this isn't ego. Deciding to go and have a cup of tea with your friends is not ego. Ego is self-contraction. Ego is strangulation. Ego is prevention of God living us. It's as simple as that. It's this activity that Adida introduced to me 35 years or so ago. I noticed I would say to myself, how can I do that now easily, but not when someone else is in the room? And we would say it's self-consciousness. But Adida said, no, it's not self-consciousness, it's self-contraction. Do you understand that the activity of the self-contraction is what he called ego? Nothing else. Ego is not a result. Ego is not making the decision to go and have a cup of tea with your friends in town. Ego is that which prevents you from doing that. Ego is that which makes you self-conscious or anxious about going. It creates anxiety. Self-contraction creates indecisions. Well, you can still not decide to go out, of course. But there's a freedom, you see, the big M me, the incarnation of God, living your body-mind through you. There's no dilemma. There's no dilemma when you have an indecision. You're not adding self-contraction. You're not having doubts, niggling doubts in your head. You can still doubt. I doubt if I'll choose the right page. I've got the wrong page again. Before enlightenment, you doubted. After enlightenment, one can doubt. But it comes from a different disposition. It's not the dysfunctional kind of doubt. It's not the doubt that prevents you from functioning. All we need to understand is the two different dispositions. And this disposition has been prevented to live your body-mind because of this activity. It's as simple as that. Liberation is this freedom from self-contraction. Adida has simply given us this message. It's quite a simple message. But the remedy is what people don't want to do. He says the remedy is to constantly remember me, capital M me, by using a photographic image. Fall in love. People just don't want to do that. Excuse me.